All right, how are we? Give me a report card. How did we do this week? Busy? Okay. Okay, how we do with our dog this week? Let's start with that. So, did okay? Okay, last week we worked on attention and leave it, take it, and a little bit of recall. So I imagine you guys didn't work on everything, but what did you guys work on?
Actually, we tried all of it.
Tried all? Okay. And how did it go?
Actually, quite well. The hardest part is repracticing the downs is that I'm of an age and have enough arthritis. It's bumming me out, but she loves it.
Gotcha. So one of the things I may encourage you guys that can't get down low with your dog is put the dog up on a higher surface on a bed. Like I do a lot of training on my bed, just brings the dog up higher. When I go to parks or places like that, I do use picnic tables. Sometimes people get a little upset if they see a dog on a picnic table, but then again, you know, it's probably worse things on it. But yeah, try to bring the dog a little higher to your level. Might help a little bit. Okay? Any other thing to report? Do you guys feel successful? Do you feel you didn't understand anything we covered? Do you guys feel like you can move on?
I feel like leave it was a little bit difficult this week.
Okay.
I was just so excited about any treat that I got. I was just constantly trying to get it, but we're working on it.
Gotcha. Okay. So you mean he kept going for it? Didn't want to you didn't want to leave it alone? Okay. So when you closed your hand, how long did it take him to basically stop nudging your hand, stop licking your hand? I mean, did it take minutes? Did it take seconds?
Maybe like a minute, and then he'd just do a bunch of other stuff that he thought I wanted him to do.
Okay. It's pretty common when dog starts offering behaviors because they're basically problem solvers. Like my dogs are amazing problem solvers. I've seen them walk to a trash can and start nudging it and like accidentally lift it up with their nose and voila. They just figured out. It only takes them once, okay? So it's kind of basically what your dog is doing, trying to problem solve. One thing to try to do is ignore any other behaviors. Don't laugh at them because sometimes if the dog starts offering behaviors, the wrong behavior, and we're like, oh, don't do that. Okay, just change our voice and just the fact that we acknowledge that the dog is offering those behaviors. Sometimes the dog will start saying, wait a minute, that must be what mom and dad want me to do. Okay? Howdy. Hey, put you right over here in this white chair. Okay, how about you guys? How do you do this week? Pretty good? Okay. I'm happy you could walk him too. Awesome, awesome, very good. Okay, how do you feel this week? All right. Life happens when you got your dog, and you weren't here last week, were you? Okay, I did put the video on my Facebook page. I'm not sure if you watched it or not. No problem, it's right there. So stay afterwards with a couple minutes. I'll help you. Okay. All right. So tonight we are going to cover. We're going to cover staying and jumping up. Okay. So we're gonna start with jumping. Actually, did we do jumping up last week? Okay. Good. Okay. So we're going to talk about jumping up a little bit. Hey, do me a favor. Can you kill that radio up there? Just turn the volume all the way down. Thank you. Okay, so jumping up is a pretty common problem. And a lot of people get really mad at their dog. You come in, walk home, dog jumps on you, and what do? We start yelling at the dog. We start punishing the dog. But in retrospect, a lot of people don't realize is that we taught the dog how to do this behavior. And I ask people this all the time. I'm like, do you realize you taught the dog? They're like, no, I didn't teach the dog this. It's annoying behavior. Well, you got to think about it. When the puppy's 8 weeks old, yes?
I have a problem with the gash. Not so much, he won't jump on me, but as soon as the gash comes over, you know. Okay,
we're going to talk about this in a minute, okay? So, usually when the puppy's 8 weeks old, 10 weeks old, the moment we walk in, walk up to the puppy runs up to us, jumps on our ankles, feet, you know, however big they are, and what do? We acknowledge it, we coddle them, we pet them, okay? So what did the puppy just realize? Yep, in order to get your affection, what do I need to do? I need to jump on you, exactly. Especially this young man here, he's kind of tall. I imagine if he had a small puppy, and the puppy says, hey, your hands are all the way up here, or up there, I'm all the way down here. Okay, then the puppy realizes, wait a minute, if I jump on you, I get affection. And what happens is usually this goes on for about 3 or 4 months. And as the dog gets bigger, then it becomes more of a problem. So then you call me at 8 months and say, why is my dog jumping on myself and everybody else? Well, inadvertently, we taught the dog this behavior. So our job is to teach the dog not to do it. Okay? Hey, do me a favor. Can you go put him up? I'm going to need your assistance. So basically, we are going to try to reprogram your dog. We are going to try to teach your dog that there's more success in not jumping up than jumping up. But here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Like this young man brought up a minute ago. The dog jumps on all of his guests. What happens is, let's say we work on it and the dog gets consistency on that, and then somebody comes over, walks in his house, the dog jumps up, and what do? They pet the dog, or they acknowledge the dog. And what happens? Now the dog just learned, wait a minute, I can't get by with that with Dad, but I can sure get by with it with everybody else that comes over the house. So one of the things I really encourage you as you are trying to repair this problem that we've created is if the dog is coming over, do 2 things. 1, either train your guest what we're going to do tonight, either that or put the dog up. I know it seems kind of weird, like, why would I just put the dog up? And the reason why I want to put the dog up is because it's all about consistency. So if you guys are here tonight, you're going to teach your dog 2 + 2 = 4, and then you go home and you have 4 or 5 guests that come over to your house during the week, and they teach the dog that 2 + 2 = 8, 10, 12 other answers, do you think the dog's ever really going to learn the correct answer? Okay? However, if you can teach the person coming over exactly what to do and have the consistency, then it really does help you, because then the dog says, okay, wait a minute, everybody that comes in the house is going to have the same answer that I did. Does that make sense? Okay. So as soon as my training partner gets back here, I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So I'm going to start with them because they're here together. Does the dog jump up on either one of you guys? Okay. Who does it jump up on worse? You? Okay. So here's what I'm going to have you guys come out. I'm going to have Mom, you grab food. Dad, do me a favor. Put him on the other link of the collar there, please. Okay, if you do this with a friend or if you do this with a family member, try not to do this on a prong collar. The reason being is sometimes it gives us incorrect consistency on, or not consistency, incorrect behavior. Because what happens is when she's going to come up to the dog in a minute, if the dog jumps forward, it can check itself, and then it's going to say, wait a minute, when I'm on leash and when I'm on the prong collar, I don't want to jump up. But what happens when they don't have the leash in the hand? So at this point, I kind of want the dog to pull a little bit and be okay with going to the end of the collar. Okay? So Mom, what you're going to do is you're going to come back here.
So it's on the right one, right?
It's on the right one. You got it. It's called a dead ring. Stay right there, Dad, for a minute. We're going to do a little test, okay? I want you to put your hands behind your back. I want you to walk up to the dog, talk to the dog, and let's see if the dog jumps up on you. Almost okay. Walk away again. We'll try it one more time. I clap this time. Or whatever you want to do. Any be goofy. Okay, so I understand. So we're going to act like this dog just jumped all over her and was a nuisance, okay? Watch what she's going to do. Pull out a handful of food. Okay, Dad, it's important that you don't move forward and you just kind of stand right there. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to walk up to the dog, and when you get in that point where the dog could jump up on you, you're going to kneel down, you're just going to feed the dog, and then you're going to stand up and walk away again. Okay? So walk up and kneel. And feed and walk away. Good job. Okay? So there's a reason why I want her to talk to the dog, and there's a reason why I don't want her just to walk up all stiff and serious. Because how often do people walk into your house all stiff and serious, ignore the dog? Most of the time it's, oh, there's a puppy, I want to love you, okay? So I want to recreate the situation that the dog's going to see on a regular basis, even in this situation. Okay, let's do it again. Good job. All right, let's do it again. Okay, again. So do it a couple more times for me, okay? So a lot of people ask, Jason, why don't I just tell my dog to sit when I walk in the house? Why don't I just tell the dog to sit or down? Well, let me ask you this. What happens if you're cooking dinner and you're not there to tell the dog to sit? What's going to happen? Do it again, please. What's going to happen? Most likely the dog's going to jump all over everybody, okay? I would rather teach you guys to teach you guys to teach, yeah. I would rather teach you guys to teach your dog how to use their own brain and to reason. That way the dog is consistent with everybody, not just when they think it's training time. Okay, let's do it again. He's like, hey, I want to check out that lab over there. All right. Okay, so walk away again. Do you have more? Go reload. So the dog is not going to show the correct behavior here, but let's say she does this 5 or 6 times, okay? Okay, do me a favor. One more time, Mom. Walk up and feed. Kneel down and feed. Good. Okay, now walk away. Now put your hands behind your back and walk up to him, talking to him. And just stand in front of him. Stand up. And wait. Okay, now walk away. Nope. Okay. Okay, walk up to again. Same thing again. Just stand right in front of him. And feed. Good. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but the dog offered something. Instead of the dog jumping on her, the dog offered a look in the face. She was a little bit slow with the reward. So next time the dog does that and doesn't jump up on you and you see the dog's thinking about it, rewarded. In fact, remember what we talked about last week to throw the dog a party. This is an excellent time to throw your dog a party. Okay? Try it again. Walk up to him. We'll test him this time. Good. Oh, okay, good. Awesome. Okay, go sit back down, please. So we're building a mathematical problem here. Can I use you for a minute, Diane? Okay, we're going to do a little role playing here. I'm going to be Diane's dog. Actually, yeah, I'm going to be Diane's dog. So let's say she comes up to me. I jump on her, okay? The dog gets nothing. I get nothing from it. She stands up, turns around, walks away. Or not stand up, just walks away. Okay, walk away. Okay? Now she comes up to me. And right before I get to the spot where I could jump up, she kneels down. You don't have to kneel down. She kneels down and she feeds. Okay, then he walks away. So she does this 5, 6, 7, 8 times, just like we saw that young couple do, okay? Now she's going to test it. She walks right up to me, talking to me, okay? And then what am I expecting? If she just kneeled down 7 or 8 times, what am I expecting now? Exactly, she's probably going to do it again, right? So the moment I don't jump up on her and I even look at her, I just don't jump up on her, boom, she feeds me, okay? Then she walks away again. Now we do a couple more kneeling downs where she walks up to me, she kneels down and feeds. Good job. Okay. Okay. Let's say she did that 3 times. Okay. Now she's going to test it again. Walks up. I just look at her. I don't jump up on her. Boom. She throws me a party. Okay. Now let's say I do jump up on her. She walks up to me. I jump on her. Okay. What is she going to do? Yeah, she's going to completely ignore it and walk away. And what did I just learn in the brain? Wait a minute. Okay, if I jump up on her, I don't get anything at all. I get ignored. If I do jump up on her, I get ignored. If I don't jump up on her, I get rewarded. So now the dog is basically learning a mathematical problem, okay? It's reasoning in its own brain. Wait a minute. If I don't jump up, there's a reward. If I do jump up, there's not a reward. Does this make sense? Okay, thank you, Diane. You're real good. Okay, so it's all about consistency, but it's also about throwing the dog a big party. The moment you test the dog and the dog makes the correct choice and does not jump up on you, feed it 3 or 4 treats in a row. Do you guys remember what throwing the dog a party means? Yeah, exactly. If the dog gets 1 piece of treat all the time, they like it. But if they get 3 or 4 in a row, all of a sudden now they're thinking, wait a minute, what can I do on a regular basis to get 3 and 4? It really kind of solidifies that behavior in their head, okay? Who wants to do this next? Want to try it? Okay. Diane, are you okay with holding a dog? Do you have another collar on him or only the pinch?
Oh, I only brought that.
That's fine. You can put on the dead ring if you want. Good job. Okay, so do you have food with you? We're going to do a little test. So I want you just to walk away and then walk right back up to him, talking to him. Let's see if he jumps up on you. Okay? Now, does he normally do that or does he jump on you?
on me, truthfully, is when I release her and we're going to the barn and she's running free, I'll be walking along and all of a sudden she jumps from back and hits my hand.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Now, the one she jumps on is my disabled husband.
okay.
And
So this.
getting him to be consistent about anything is a real issue, unfortunately.
Okay. I do a little bit of husband training, but no, that's gonna have to be you.
When you're
Okay.
82 years old, it's a little hard to frame.
I understand. All right. Let's do this. Walk away. Okay. So obviously, while you're sitting here talking to me, he's jumping all over you. So we got somewhere to go. Okay. So walk up to him or her. Her. Walk up to her. And just feed her real low. Good. You don't have to bend. You don't have to kneel down like that young lady. Okay. Walk away again. And when you walk up to her, I want you to talk to her. Oh, puppy, you know, like you just got home from. Good job. Good. Good. Okay, one more time. Good. Okay, walk away. This time I walk right up to her, put your hands behind your back, talk to her, and if she doesn't jump up on you on the count of 3, then feed her. If she does jump up on you, just ignore her. Just put your hands right behind your back. There you go. Wait. And feed. Good job. Feed her another one. Ah, we weren't ready. Good job. Okay, good job. You did really well. Okay, do you want to try this? Dan, can you hold this dog okay? Yeah. Can you hold him okay? Okay. Yeah, so, no, because he's so strong, I'm going to have her keep on the pinch, okay? Okay, walk away, Mom. Okay, hands behind your back, walk up to him. Let's see if he jumps on you. You can have treats in your hand, but I want to see if he jumps on you first. Talk to him. Really? Not at all? Okay, then grab your leash, go sit back down. Because if he's never jumped on her, and I encourage the dog to jump on her, kind of going backwards, right? If the dog's never jumped, I'm quite impressed. For such an exuberant dog, I'm quite impressed. You want to try this?
Like I said, he jumps on gas.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in a minute. He's kind of large, you don't have a prong collar. I can't have her hold the dog, I'm sorry. You can hold him? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try it then.
That's runny for
Actually, we will do it in a minute with your dog, but we'll see if the dog jumps on her. All right? Now, that was a little unnatural. You walked up with food, right? So put your hands behind your back and walk up again. Okay, good job. Okay, walk away. Now, I'm going to pick on him for a minute because I like him. But he said no to the dog, right? Okay, why did he say no? Have you ever properly taught the dog not to do this?
Yes.
You have? How did you teach him?
Let him know when he does it.
Okay, and how did you teach him what no means when he does it?
Reward him when he doesn't do it.
Okay, so what I'm trying to make a point is, if the dog doesn't understand what no is associated to, the dog doesn't know what no is. So after today, I would encourage you not to use no, okay, to really use the science of the consistency here, okay? Okay, try it again. Walk right up to him. And feed. Good job. Walk away. Good. I want you to talk to him while you're walking up. Be his friend, okay? And feed. Good job. Okay, walk away again. Will you do me a favor? Will you kneel down this time? Or just reach down really low. So the reason why I don't want him just to hand the dog food, I want him to really kneel down, is because I want the dog to teach muscle memory for the food's always going to be low, not up high. This dog is kind of tall, and so he's right at Dad's hand. I really want him to have the muscle memory of not jumping up. Okay, try it again. And kneel. And feed. Good job. Right away again. Okay, again, right away. Good job. Okay, one more time, and then we'll test it right there. Good. Okay, now let's test it. So walk away. If he jumps on you, I just want you to completely ignore him, walk away, okay? Don't do anything. Walk right up to him. And wait. So the reason why I'm not having him feed him, even though the dog did not jump up on him, he's kind of focused to the hands. I'm waiting to see if he'll offer Dad a behavior of looking at him, but now he's interested in the dog. And feed. Good job. You missed it, but he was kind of he looked at you just for a second. Okay, stay there for a minute. Walk away. It's like I really want to go play with that lab. Okay, walk right up to him again. And wait. And feed him. Good job. So, did you see when you got close to him, what did he do? He looked at your face. Did you see it? I'll give you one more opportunity. Try it again. This time, the moment he looks at your face, I want you to reward him, okay? Good. Better timing that time. Good job. All right, take him and go back. Dan, are you okay with if the penny jumps on you? All right. Come out, young man. Okay, can you hand some treats to this young lady, please? Oh, all right. So your pinch collar is actually flipped over.
I did that intentionally so it would.
Oh, good thinking. All right. I like your way to think outside the box. Sit him right here beside me. Got it. Okay, put your hands behind your back. Walk up. Let's see if he jumps up onto you.
Diego. Hi, Diego.
All right, good. The dog jumped up on her. All right. So I understand you won't be able to kneel, so if you need to drop it, that's fine, okay? Walk up to him again. Don't talk to him. And drop it. So it's really important that you don't let him go forward. You just stand right there, okay? Because if she's trying to work, he's not interested. Dad, pick up the food and see if you can show it to him the food right there. What is that? Good. Go and give it to him. Go and give it to him. He is not interested in him. I would probably have you made him smaller before? Are they always this size? He won't eat it all. Did you feed him breakfast this morning?
No.
And nothing? He has had no food?
All day.
Here, do me a favor. Break that in half.
Diego.
Oh, feed him another one. All right.
Okay, good.
So that tells you they're a little bit too big, right? Break those yep. And do me a favor. I don't want you to get close to him, but get within a foot from him and toss him a piece of food, okay? You stay right there, Dad. Walk right up to him and toss. Good. Walk away. Okay, stay right there, Dad, please. Okay, walk right up to him again. And good job. All right. Again. I understand. Okay, do it again. Okay. So if possible, try not to go forward, okay? Okay, don't talk to him, Diane, just walk right up to him. And okay, stay right there for a minute, Diane. Toss him another one. Okay, get a little closer. Wait. Good. Okay, wait. Oh, yes, feed him for that. Oh, good job. Feed him, good. Feed him, come on. Good job. Good job. Good job. And walk away. He did. Yep. It can be done. Okay, let's do it again. Don't talk to him. It's too much stimulant, please. Good job. Okay, so when you do this with a buddy or something, it's really important you don't move forward. You keep moving forward. When she comes, I understand. I would have kept him on the live pinch call if you can't do it, okay? Okay, walk up to him a little bit. Good, get a little closer and drop. There you go. Come up closer to him, Diane. Stop. Wait. Oh, good, feed him for that. I know he's not eating. Good job. Can you hand? There you go. Can you hand it to him? Good, get a little closer. And push, good. When you hand it to him, push it into his nose. Good. Okay, so the reason why I want her to push the food into the dog's nose, it creates a muscle memory of not pushing forward towards her. It basically, she's not necessarily pushing the dog back, but she's teaching the muscle memory that the dog doesn't need to come into her really hard and jump on her really hard. Good job. You did really good.
Be smart.
With a little bit of timing, you can do this.
You just rambunctious.
Here, let me give you your hot dogs back. Okay, I'll grab your hot dogs right here.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. All right, you're welcome. All right, any questions on that? So basically, we're just reprogramming the dog. It doesn't need to jump on us in order to greet us. We're not punishing the dog for doing it. We don't hit the dog. We don't knee the dog. Kneeing the dog used to kind of be the universal way of doing this. Now, does it help? Sure. If I walk up to you and you slug me, I'm probably not going to walk up to you again, right? But what good is the relationship if I walk up to you and you hit me? I'm not going to want to come near you. And then when you call me, am I going to want to come to you? Probably not. Okay, so I'd rather you try this way before you try a negative enforcement. With this dog here, let's say he just could not the dog could not calm down, where the person is more of a value, jumping on the person is more of a value than the food would ever be. Then I would probably resort to a little bit of a leash check, just kind of pair it with a little bit of a food and kind of leash check. But I'd really rather you guys try this for weeks, months before you really go with that, okay?
So,
Yes.
just work with like a family of guests come over. Is that just like put them up?
Put them up. Until you get consistency, until you can have a buddy, like 3 or 4 buddies come over in a month and the dog's doing really good, then start like implementing more family. Your goal is to be able to have anybody come over, but you're not going to get it right away because how old is he now? 9 months. So for 9 months, this has been happening. Okay, so now all of a sudden we're like totally changing. One of the analogies I use quite a bit is if you have kids and every day for like 5 years, you tell your child they can come home, have a bowl of ice cream and play video games before homework. And then one day you say, oh, no, don't do that. How hard is it going to be to train the child's brain to do their homework instead of playing video games and eating ice cream, okay? It's going to be difficult, and for your animal, it's going to be way worse. Okay? Any other questions? Yes. By all means. Take them outside and then along the side of the building over there. She knows how to read her dog well. Okay, so I'm going to move on unless you guys have any more questions. Okay, so yes,
I do have one
by all
more.
means.
My husband has peripheral neuropathy, so he has a really hard time balancing.
Uh-huh.
So he comes into the family room where she's laying quietly at night. What she doesn't jump on him. What she does is wind around his feet, which makes him more unbalanced.
Yeah, so no, there's an easy solution.
She really wants to be leaning against him, and he's trying to walk.
I totally understand. There's an easy solution to that. So sometimes we have to take a non-training approach to things. What I would do is I'd load him for food, and when he walks in the room, start tossing food away from him. Okay? You're not really necessarily teaching the dog not to be his feet, but basically you're redirecting the dog, and pretty soon, the moment he walks in the room, the dog's not going to be so focused on him. The dog's going to be like, hey, I want to hunt for food.
Yeah.
It's almost going to be the easiest way.
That's probably easier than what I've been doing, than trying to get her to calling her, but that's probably a better idea.
Yeah, you're relying on your obedience to try to do it. I want the dog to say, hey, man, the moment he comes in the room, there's going to be food on the ground. Forget him. The higher values on the ground. Okay, good question. Okay, so next we're going to work on staying. So staying is really difficult, probably one of the most difficult things we do with the dog. What was one of the first things that we worked on in class? So the first thing we worked on was down and sit, and then we had engagement. What was the third, the fourth thing? You guys remember? Do what? The release. You got it. So the free command. So the free command really goes along with the word stay. So I actually don't use the word stay. To me, stay is a redundant command. If you guys choose to use it, that's perfectly fine. But to me, it's a redundant command. Less verbiage I can use with my dog, the easier it is for him to learn what I want. Think about this. Think about if I have 5 or 6 words for the word sit. Is it going to confuse my dog? my dog's going to say, I'm going to give my dog a command. He's going to wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was, I don't know. Was that a sit command or not? So the less verbiage I can have with my dog, the better. So stay is something I just don't use. However, my dog does know how to do the action of stay. And the reason why he doesn't do action of stay is because he always waits for a release from me. Okay? So if I put my dog in a sit, I don't tell my dog to stay. My dog has learned throughout his training that sit, I need to stay in this command until Dad tells me free. Does that make sense? If you guys want to use it, if it's going to help you guys, then by all means, I want you guys to use it. But your dog doesn't necessarily need it if you implement the release command. Okay? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my friend Diana here. Okay, so right now, if Diana asks me to sit, okay, and she steps away, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to her, right? Because up to now, she's been a cash machine of hot dogs. I want to follow her everywhere. Why would I ever want to leave her side? It's almost counterintuitive in the dog's brain because the dog says, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be with you, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start teaching the dog that they're going to get rewarded for being stationary, even though they think they need to be following us, okay? So what Diane's going to do is she's going to ask me to sit.
Sit.
She's going to feed me for that sit. Right now we feed for everything. Don't get stuck on one behavior and forget to feed for the other behaviors. So if you're going to put your dog in a down for this, and your dog downs, feed the dog for the down. If you're going to do sit, and make sure you feed your dog for the sit. Okay? So she's going to ask me to sit.
Sit.
She rewards me for a sit. Now she's going to take one leg and put it back and bring it forward, and she's going to feed me. Good. Now, depending on the age and maturity of the dog and energy level, she may do that 2 or 3 more times, or she may release me and do it right away. With these 2 dogs here, I would probably only do 1 at a time and then release the dog and then build on that. Okay? Because if you add, like, let's say she steps back 2 or 3 times and then I keep failing, I'm going to get frustrated and she's going to get frustrated because she's going to be like, oh, why are you staying? Okay? So start with just 1 back, 1 forward.
Sit.
Okay? And then step forward and then feed.
Free.
Now she can free the dog or she can retell me to sit.
Sit.
Okay? Steps back again. And feed. We're just going to start with 1 step at a time. Here's one of the reasons. If she takes 1 step, look at the distance between her and I right now. But watch when she takes 2 steps. It almost completely doubles. If your dog cannot stay stationary when you move 1 foot back, what good is 2 feet? Right? No difference. So here's what we're going to try. We're going to have you stand up for a moment. If you think your dog is better in a sit, then do this in a sit. If you think they're better in a down, you can do this in down. Most likely the sit's going to be it. I want you to see if you can just start by moving 1 leg back and forth and then feed the dog. Do this 2 or 3 times. If you feel confident, then try 2 legs and then sit back down. Okay? So go and ask your dog to sit. Good job. Okay. So just stand in front of him. There you go. Ask him to sit. Good. And okay, you took 2 feet back. So stand closer to him. I want you to move only 1 foot. Okay, calmly say sit. Okay, 1 foot. Stop and go forward and feed. Excellent. Good. Tell him to sit. Yep. Yep. And step 1 and step forward and feed. And now free him. Excellent start. That's a really good start. Nicely done. Good job. It's okay. I distracted you a little bit, but honestly, that was way better than I thought he was going to offer you. That was really good. Nicely done. Until I distracted you. I'm sorry. Good.
Hey, you're free.
Good job.
Okay, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, you're free. Good job.
So be very careful about feeding and saying good girl. Okay, and here's the reason why. Let's say you put the dog in a sit, and you're back here, and you answer your phone. Good girl for being over there and sitting. What's she gonna do? Wait, good girl means I get food. I'm gonna go to the cash machine.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, good point.
So after the free, you can say whatever you want.
All right.
So sit, feed, free. All right, good girl. After that, doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right. How's he doing?
We're doing stay, right?
Yes.
I missed the beginning part.
It's all good. Like I told them, I don't use the word stay. If you want to use it, it's perfectly fine.
Usually, because he knows to stay.
Okay.
And I just say stay with my hand up like this.
Okay.
And he will stay.
Now, what happens if you're carrying groceries and you don't have your hands? Okay, that's why I'm not a big hand signal fan. And kind of what I was explaining to them is, if I tell my dog to sit, he knows to stay in the sit. I don't have to tell him to stay.
Right.
Okay, and I want him to stay stationary until I tell him free. You have kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of like this. If your kids had got to choose how long they're going to be in timeout, how long would they choose, right? But they know to sit there and wait till mom releases them. You don't have to tell them every 2 seconds, stay. They know, okay, I need to stay here until mom releases me. Makes sense. Okay. What is he mixed with?
He is Rottweiler, Lab, and Chow.
Ah, that's okay. His front pasterns are kind of soft. I was kind of wondering. Yeah, interesting.
I know.
So is he
Closer.
keeps following?
Yeah.
Here, just
When she did a half a step, it worked better. He started to stay.
here. Can I help him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to leave. So, feed him a little bit. Get him so he's focused on you a little bit. Just raise your foot straight up in the air, and feed. And after it goes down? Sorry, put it down. Put your foot down.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's like, what is this?
That's the flamingo training.
That would have been actually kind of funny. See how long you can hold it. Okay, tell him to sit again.
Shift.
Good. Okay, raise your leg. Put it back down. Feed. Good. Okay, now raise it and then put it back and then bring it forward right away. Sit. Okay. This time you're going to bring backwards a little bit. Sit.
Okay, shift.
That's good. So,
Oh.
it's okay. Wait.
Let me get some more.
Okay, so keep trying. If you can get back more feet, then try to make maybe your goal the end of your leash. Good. The other thing you do is do this. Let's say you just try this and it doesn't work. Here, put the food in front of his nose. Keep it right there. And now step back. Keep it right there. Now step forward. So you can kind of get him used to you stepping back even though the food's there.
Yeah.
Yes, we're using the food as a crutch to keep him there. But if that's what you have to do a couple times and then wean the food away, that's perfect. Okay. The other thing, Mom, you can do that might help him a little bit is add just a little teeny bit of pressure. You're not holding him there, but you're kind of reminding him with the collar, hey, stay stationary. What's your sit command?
Chef Hebrew.
Oh, very cool. Actually, I think that's a first.
Yeah.
What's down?
Art
Art
side.
side.
Wow. Why Hebrew?
My dad trained their dog in Hebrew.
And we
So he
lived
was-
with them when we got him, so he started learning.
That's pretty
doing all
awesome.
the commands, yeah. So we're like, we have to learn this.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's awesome.
Shift.
Nicely done. So here, free him for a minute so I can talk to you. Good. The only thing I would really recommend is when you come back to him, don't start presenting the food.
Okay.
If the food's coming, he's like, oh man, no, stand right in front of him, and then the food comes out.
Okay.
The other thing that will really help you is put your bait bag on your bum. Okay. Because if
Then
he
he
keep
can't see it.
exactly, if he keeps seeing you reach in, he's going to offer this behavior. Oh, mom's got food. You want him to think mom's always got food, not did she reach in her bait bag? All right, good job. Good job. All right, go and finish up what you're working on, and then we're going to move on. You know, that's probably the reason why he's not.
They're too big.
Yeah, they're too big. He may have a little bit of damage to his esophagus. He may want to
She's just excited. They're too
just say, okay, that's fine. Then maybe a little smaller. Nicely done. Okay, go and sit back down. Okay, so there's a couple things that we're going to kind of expand on and kind of talk about. So you guys did really good. One of the things I saw a couple people doing is when you start heading back to your dog, you're excited that the dog did really good, and you want to feed the dog. But what happens if this young man comes at me with a plate of brownies? Am I going to sit right here? Am I going to be like, hey, man, I want to get to those brownies, okay? The dog is much the same way. So wait till you get all the way to them and then present the food. Don't come at them with the food because most likely it might cause them to fail. As you do this more, you can do whatever you want. The dog should stay there. But in the beginning stages, if you find that your dog is having some difficulties, you may make it a little easier on them. The other thing I want to encourage you guys to do is don't always feed out of one side of your one hand. Feed them out right, left. Food can come from anywhere. Okay, it's not, you don't want the dog to think, okay, do they have food in the right hand? Should I offer that behavior? You want the dog to think, man, I don't see the food, but I know my mom and dad are going to pay me because I'm doing good. This young lady here had her bait bag on her side. It was really prevalent. You might put your bait bag on your bum. I like this kid here. He has his treats in his jacket pocket. The dog can't really see it really well, and I'm sure he wears his jacket quite a bit. So that's a really good thing too. So just a couple ideas. All right, so now that we've established that we can get to the end of our leash, which a lot of you guys did really well, I'm very impressed. Now our goal is to be able to walk around your dog. It's very difficult to walk around your dog for a couple different reasons. One, we've taught eye contact where the dog wants to follow us. So some physics come in place here. A dog's head can usually only turn about 35 degrees. I don't know the exact number. If you're a scientist, please forgive me. But the dog can usually only turn their head so far because they only have about 3 or 4 vertebrae from their neck to the shoulder there. So obviously they have to get up and follow us. They're not like an owl. So we have to actually earn the dog's trust that we want them to stay stationary while we try to walk them around or walk around them. Okay? So I'm going to use my friend Diane here. Okay, so I'm going to ask Diane to sit. Okay, she's going to be my dog. I came up with this little clock game. I don't know if I can take full rights to it, but I've been using it for years. I kind of forget where I got it from. So Diane's going to be at 6 o'clock. I'm going to be at 12 o'clock. Okay? Now, if I start walking around Diane's, we're going to go over this again, Diane's going to follow me, right? So I'm going to try to build Diane's trust that even though I'm going to walk around her, I'm still going to pay her for staying in the seating position. Okay, so I'm here at the end of the leash. I'm going to step to 5 o'clock. Sorry, that's 7 o'clock. And then I'm going to go back to 6 o'clock. And then I'm going to return to Diana. I'm going to feed her. I'm going to go back to 6 o'clock. I'm going to step to 5 o'clock. I'm going to go back to 6 o'clock. I'm going to return to Diana. I'm going to feed her. Okay, so each time I do this, I'm going a little bit further and a little bit further around her. However, I'm always coming back to 6 o'clock and returning and feeding her. Okay? The reason why I always come back to 6 o'clock and feed her, because I don't want her to think I'm here and at some time I'm going to reward her. Okay? I don't want to think, oh man, I did really good and I want my dog to come back to me. Okay? I always return to the neutral position, return to the dog and feed the dog. Now, depending on your dog and your skill level, you may go 2 numbers on the clock and then return and release the dog, or you may just be able to go 1 dog or 1 number. Don't push your dogs beyond their capabilities. If you push the dog because you're in a rush, now you get stressed, the dog gets stressed, and then you're not really making your leeway. You want the dog to kind of understand the game. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see you guys try it. I think some of you guys can really do well in this. Or all you guys can do really well, but some of you guys are going to get more success than others. Let's see if you can go like to 7 o'clock and 6 o'clock and then return your dog and feed and sit back down. And when you step right and left, don't make big, quick movements. Just kind of step, just kind of slow and natural. And try not to pull on your leash at all when you do this. It encourages the dog to follow you. Nicely done. Good job. Oh, gotcha. So make sure that, and it's kind of hard here because the whole floor is the same, but if he gets up from one spot, you bring him right back to that spot and reset him, okay? In other words, if he comes right there and then you sit him, he's going to learn, I'll just go to dad every time. You want the dog to learn there's no success. He's just going to have to go back to where he was. Okay, good job. Nicely done. Good job. I probably would have jackpotted him for that. That was really good. Okay.
Give him a
So, now, at this point, when you say free, just kind of jump, like free, and feed him a little bit, like jump back. You don't necessarily have to drop it. At first, we kind of dropped it for him to understand the transition, but I think he's got a good idea of it, okay? Plus, let's say if you're on grass, like here, you can see the food, yeah. Then he's like, oh, is there always food down? Okay, good job. Okay, so what's your free command? I heard.
It's been okay since she was tiny, and
That's fine, but I heard good job, good girl.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear okay.
Oh,
All right.
but okay is usually mine.
Is it okay?
And I've been trying to stay, but I've been trying to
Say free?
try and learn free.
Yeah.
And then I forget to even say okay.
Keep working on it. Okay, Dad, stand right behind him for a minute. Okay, add a little bit of leash pressure. Just pull back on the leash just a little. Okay, Mom, try and get him back to you. There you go. Oh, feed him for that. Good set. Okay, calmly tell. Okay, walk back. Okay, hold on. You're kind of blurring it a little bit. Tell him to sit calmly. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick on you both because I like you, okay? A couple times, you put him in a sit, you just kind of walked away and there's no release. Like right now, you sat, when you got food, right? What did he do?
Just kind of.
He kind of got up, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have kids yet? This will really help you when you have kids, right? When you tell them to go sit on the couch, do you want to tell them every 10 seconds, stay there? No, stay there. Okay, they should stay there until you tell them, right? Same concept here. Good, okay, now wait. Take a half a step back. Neck up. And the other foot. Now step a little bit, okay? Okay.
Which way I get over?
Okay, stay right there for a minute. Tell them sit. Take one step to the left. And now step back. Now come forward and feed. Good. Make sure you come forward. You show them that you're coming all the way to him. Because you have long arms, you can just kind of reach out. But I want you to come all the way to him so he understands I get only rewarded when Mom returns all the way to me. There's no reward, even though Mom can reach me. There's no reward unless she comes all the way to me. Okay? Return. Excellent. And free him. I would have thrown him a party for that. It was the first time that you really got it good. Okay, and then next time go to the other way. Good job. Good. Okay. Go and finish up what you're doing and sit back down, and we're going to move on. Good job. How's his down? Does he down pretty well?
Pretty good.
Okay, here, come on here for a minute. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick crash course on kind of working on the down and working on we'll call it stationary position, okay? So the down is a little bit more difficult to teach with the stay because if she puts her dog, here, watch. Let's put your dog in down for a minute. Let's see how you're doing.
This is how we were doing.
Is okay. Are you beyond that point yet?
Well, he will, but he won't stay.
Gotcha, okay. So, I'm going to
Unless
grab
I do it under my leg.
grab a handful of food. You need more than that. So if you're still if the dog is downing good with the leg, underneath the leg, here's how we kind of transition it, okay? Do me a favor, put your hand right in front of his nose, show him the food. Oh, I want you to walk backwards a little bit and feed him. While you walk back, keep your hand low. Keep your hand low, yep. Oh, you dropped it. Try it again. Okay, take your hand, go right between his front feet with the hand. Underneath him, all the way to his front feet, and say down. Good. Okay. Try not to chase him. You go to the ground. If he backs up, you don't move your hand. Stay down.
Down.
And don't feed him yet.
Down.
And wait. Good. And drop it right there. So if your dog is getting the leg, going underneath the leg, then you can start by teaching the down this way. So it goes from the nose between the front feet. Okay. Now watch what she's going to do. I want you to drop 3 or 4 pieces of treats right between his front feet, and then stand up and kneel down. Oh, okay. You didn't see it. Try it again. Pick them back up again. Okay, so do it down. Okay, don't point, just hold your hand right there. Now drop 3 or 4 treats, stand up, and kneel down. Oh, okay, so the idea is I want her to drop food, stand up, and then kneel back down right away. So the dog's getting an understanding of what she wants. Drop food, stand up. Try it again. Hey, if this is easy, you wouldn't be here. Good, drop food, stand up, and kneel down. Excellent, good. Drop food, stand up, kneel down. And stand up, say free. That was excellent. Okay, guys, kind of see how she did that? She did a down, she drops food. Yes, the food is keeping the dog there, but I guarantee the dog does know she's standing up. And then after the dog gets consistent with this, then she'll drop a little, like only 2 pieces of food. And the moment the dog eats the food and stays there, she starts dropping food again. She kneels down. Now the dog understands, oh, you want me to stay in the stationary position until you tell me free. Okay? You did really good. Okay, let's see if you guys can try that. If you don't have a good down yet, you're probably not going to get it, but maybe you can just work on the down while we're at it. Good job. Is he still needing the leg? Is he still needing to go underneath your leg? Have you moved beyond going underneath your leg?
When he's excited, yeah, but usually he's good at this. Sit down.
Okay. Can you do this down without the sit first?
Yeah, usually.
Okay, let's free him.
Free. Free.
Okay, so when you free him, he's put his butt down first. You notice that?
Yeah.
So the reason why this is really important, that you really define the two, is because if you put him in a sit and you want him to stay there, and he goes in a down, is it his fault or is it yours? Okay, yeah, because you've done sit and down so much that he thinks, oh, when I'm in a sit, I can just choose it down if I want it down. So you really want to make sure you define it here. Put your food right in front of his nose. Okay, walk backwards a little bit, walk back. Now, before you stop, take your hand, go right between his front feet and say down. And hold it right there. Don't move it. Don't say down again. Don't say down. Just wait. Just wait. No, oh, you almost did it. Try it again, but don't stand up, okay? Okay, underneath. And say down once, and wait. Try not to feed him, just wait. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, start over. Try it again. You almost did it a second ago. Okay, reload. Try it again. Get him excited. Yeah, talk to him and down. Good, wait. And drop it. Good. Drop another one piece right away. Good job. And say free. That was really good. So you can do it. Good job. Try it again. So the idea is to do the down before he's... There you go, like that. And wait. Try not to tell him again, okay? Just tell him once. Ask yourself this. Do you always want to tell him to do things once, twice, 3 times, or do you want to just do it once? Just once, right? But if you always tell him down, 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 he's always going to rely on you to do it. Nice, he's staying. Okay, now clap your hands, say free. Don't pull on leash. Good job. So the reason why you don't want to pull on leash is because if you pull on leash and say free, every time he feels some kind of tug on the leash, he's just going to follow it. Okay, it's really important. Good job. You did really well. Nice. How's she doing? Good. Nice. Have you tried to step back yet? Good. So once you can get where the dog can stay in a down when you stand up, then you're welcome to try to take 1 or 2 steps backwards. That's our goal, to be able to get to the end of the leash like you did the sit. Okay. Now hold on. So he was over here when you told him down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He got up. Now he's over here. Did he gain success? Did he get to come to you? Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if he downs over here, you bring him back over here. Don't just redo the down there, because he just learned if I just come to mom, she's going to put me in a down there.
Okay.
And then it kind of blows our stay, right?
Okay.
Okay, free him.
Free.
Okay, try it again. Good. Okay. And you're not ready. So the fact that you can't stand up, you're not ready to step back. If you can't stand up, then you're not going to be able to walk away. But you almost did it. Good. And feed again. Excellent. Count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and feed. So you might kind of put yourself on a... You might put yourself on a low time. Okay, free? So you might put yourself on a low timer. Okay, do it down. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. All right, and then do next 4, and then 5. That way you're kind of setting how long it is instead of him saying, "Oh, I don't know, how long am I going, Mom? I could just get up."
Okay.
Okay. Yes, he did. Not at all. All right. Hey, it's something you work on at home, though, right?
Yeah, right now he's just uber not cooperating.
Okay. I can understand.
Beyond his limit of.
Yeah, he's probably this is a long session for him. But if he's not eating, don't worry about it.
I can get him to sit. He just right now he just won't.
Then don't push it. He's probably done for the day.
All right.
All right, good job. How's he doing?
Well, we taught him how to sit first
And then lay?
down. So
Okay.
It's immediate. The first thing is always sit and like lay down.
So a good way to reteach this, if you just think you can't get the muscle memory correctly, in other words, if every time you tell him to down, he just sits and you just can't get over that, then reteach him a different command.
Okay, yeah.
So instead down, say lay, or come up with some other word.
Yeah.
And it's almost like reteaching a new muscle memory.
Yeah. And so is it better just to do like the between the legs? And, like,
Yep,
so
and just
he'll do it if I'm just right here.
Well,
Maybe.
Well, that was really awesome. What do you mean? Now just put a different command to it, though.
But when we just command it like straight at him without coming down with him, he doesn't do it.
Okay, but you're not to that point yet.
Right.
He's still in school. Yeah, you're not really ready to test that yet.
Because his first thing he's always just like, all right, if I sit, like I'm.
Yeah, because
Already
every
there.
dog's kind of this way because they want to look up at your face,
Oh, okay.
so the butt naturally goes down, and then all it takes is us feeding him once or twice or 3 times, and now the dog thinks, oh, everything is a sit.
Oh,
It's a pretty common problem.
Okay.
Here, wait, give him a little leash, Mom. Dad, do that again. Walk back again, feed him, and show him the food. This time, don't go all the way down to the ground with the hand, just about 2 inches above the ground. Stop. And feed. So this is how you get him to start doing it without your hand going down. Each time you do this, you just go up a little bit higher. Okay, and then he's offering more than, so at first we're helping him a lot. We're going all the way down. Now we're weeding back our hand where it goes down a little bit, he offers more, and then comes up, he offers more. You may reach that point where it's like, he's like confused. If you reach that point where he just doesn't down, then you need to stay at the next level down that he was doing it for a week or 2, and then start raising it again. Make sense?
Yeah.
But that actually was really good. So just start putting a new command to it.
Okay.
Unless that's going to be hard for you guys, then just work on, don't do sit with them for weeks and months. Just do down with that command, and he'll start separating.
Yeah, that might do because both of us are like, if I'm working and she's at home, or if she's working and I'm at
Yeah.
home, and then we're both using different.
Yeah, it's
commands,
hard.
Then it would confuse him, right?
Yeah, it would confuse him. You guys need to kind of be on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay?
Definitely.
All right, good job. Darren, look at that, please, and tell me how many minutes it's been going, please. Okay, when you guys are ready, go and sit back down. Push the home button. Push the home button.
Which one?
Okay, we're 59 minutes. Okay. Covered a lot tonight. Put a lot in your heads. You guys frazzled yet? Are you still with me? Okay. So we talked about jumping up. Consistency is the name of the game. If you have, you have a whole family at home, right? Okay. So with kids, it's very, very difficult to do this. A lot of people don't mind the dog jumping up. Personally, if you come over to my house, I do 2 things. One, I tell you my dog's going to jump on you, or I put the dog in a crate. The reason being is I'm okay if my dog jumps on me. But if I'm okay with my dog jumping up on me and I encourage that, then I probably have to be okay with other people coming over too. Yes, you can kind of teach your dog to differentiate, but it is kind of very difficult. You want to make sure you keep it black and white, okay? In your case, if you have kids, try to do this with all your kids. Play this game that we did with the kids, and then encourage them every time they come home to have food. So one of the things that all you guys can do, is especially she, is you guys can put food outside your front door, and every time you come in, you can start dropping food. Tell the people, start dropping food. And basically, you're doing the same thing we did here with the leash, but now you're basically, before the dog has an opportunity, you're dropping the food, and the dog says, okay, every time somebody walks in my house, I look down instead of up. Hold on one second. Push the home button. Push the home button. Okay, so, and then we worked on staying. Actually, you guys did really good for all the classes I've had for over the years. I think you guys have got the furthest, so I'm kind of impressed. Just make sure you guys don't push it too fast. One of the things in dog training we realize is we always want the world tomorrow. Some things take a lot of time, especially stationary positions. My dog, the same thing. One of the things that I do with my dog is I work on him in a certain area, like I put him on a table. A table is really good for teaching stationary position because think about to the dog. If the dog is right here and I'm back here and the dog gets up to come to me and I bring the dog back, well, the dog doesn't really know where they were to begin with. But if I have a rug or if I have a table or something and I put the dog back in the position that they were in, the dog learns really quick, oh, okay, you want me to stay. So that might kind of help you guys. So if you guys are doing this, and you have like a rug or something the dog is on, start doing this on their bed, on the rug, and that'll really help with that transition. Okay? Any questions? Comments? Anything else going on at home that you guys need to ask about real quick? Okay. Well, next week is our last class together. We're going to work on walking on a leash and heeling, and we'll kind of talk about the differences between the two and see what we can do, and we'll do graduation at the same time. And I appreciate you guys being here tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next week.